What happened to the honor? What happened to the honor of being a man who loved his family? What happened to the honor of being somebody who stood by his wife and his children, his kids, who stood by his parents, who took them in and cared for them, right? What happened to the honor of being the friend who was there when you needed him most to others and to himself? What happened to the honor of being the reliable worker and the reliable boss? What happened to the honor, the male pride and honor to be a religious, stoic, pious, loving man? What happened to the honor? Every time I watch a video on Western society, right, I am dumbfounded. These are the countries that back 100 years ago, right, were leading innovation, leading innovation. And not even 50 years ago, they have completely fallen. And now, the men of those countries, you cannot call them men anymore. You cannot call them boys anymore. They're not female. That's all. That's what I call you. They're not female. They're not boys or men. They're not female, right? Drinking every day, taking drugs every day. Do you genuinely realize? Do you understand how ridiculous it is for a man to consume drugs on a daily basis? Just sniff it. Ketamine, cocaine, heroin, meth. Yeah, daily basis, weekly basis. They consume a drug that alters your mind, literally rewires how you think and how you speak and how you talk. What you mention, what you don't mention, how you walk, rewires your organs, destroys your mind. It's like, oh, let's do it next week again. The dirty, disgusting bar floors and clubs and all the places they go to, the degenerate, the horrible environment they're in, right? The outpour of sexual assault and degeneracy in there, and the men don't mind, right? They let their children, like female children, girls, they let the girls go there. They let their girlfriends go there. They let their wives go there, right? There are stories of men and women, right, where the man and the woman married in a Western country, right, will go. They let here you go to a separate bar. I'll go to a separate bar. We bang different people. Sexual intercourse with different people. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. This is a saying where in Islam, when you say أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم, you say, I seek refuge in God from the accursed Satan. Because that is what we need right now the most. I was watching the struggle of the people in Africa, in Asia, the struggle of the Ukrainians and the Russians who were drafted. I was watching the struggle of all these people who are in wars, who are suffering and fighting. And I couldn't help but to tear up in my eyes. It hurt, my heart hurt. I cried for these people. And then you will watch people go out, drink themselves to death. Hedonist people. The struggle that every single parent, like there are families. I watched a video on a family who had the entire block collapse on them, the entire building collapsed on them, right? A family of 14, 13 of them died. 13 of them died. 13 got bombed. There were YouTube videos of the family where they were just showcasing their life, and they could hear fighter jets passing over them. Just over them, over their heads. And the father would comfort his daughters, right? He'd be like, we got them toys for celebrations, or we just come over here. There's nothing wrong. Like, don't worry, don't be afraid. Those girls are dead. The father is dead. It took them 2 days to find his body. 2 days to find his body, mangled and destroyed. And you know who survived? You know who survived? One 5-year-old girl survived. A 5-year-old girl survived from a family of 14. She's going to live the next, inshallah, hopefully she lives a peaceful life. She's going to live the next 60, 70 years, maybe, right? In trauma, missing her 13 family members. 13 These are 13 souls that we lost. For the love of God, have an imagination session with me. Right now, imagine with me. You have 10 people in the room. I give you 10 people in the room, 10 completely unique individuals, boys, girls. Just imagine 10 of them, right? And comprehend every single difference about them and every single similarity about them. They all have different hairs, different noses, different ears, different mouths, different tastes, different loves, different dislikes, right? Different religions, different beliefs. They all have a different soul, right? They all have different names. They'll have different thoughts. They'll have different ambitions, different experiences. Imagine these 10 people in a room, right? Can you comprehend the hundreds of thousands that are dying? I cannot imagine in my head 13 men and women, children that are dying, elderly that are dying. 13 of them died. But no, we have no honor anymore. We have no love for the family more. We have destructive, disgusting families nowadays, right? I was born in an Eastern family. I was born in Arab family, Middle Eastern. But it pains me. It pains me to see the Western families, what has happened to them. As a Muslim, right? As a Muslim, I need to sit and watch people ruin their lives, right? To watch other people destroy their lives to the extent that as soon as somebody over there fixes his life, he's gone out of the country, right? No millionaire wants to live in their home country anymore. You know, in Russia, the foreign affairs minister, before the outbreak of the war, as soon as he left for the US, they attempted to assassinate him. This was a man with a family, right? And I'm not gonna say he was a clean man, but as soon as he attempted to leave the disgusting place he was born in, right, where he got his dirty money, they attempted to assassinate him immediately. I'm dumbfounded. We're not people in Western countries, Western society, right? And you can even see it in cases in, for example, China and Japan, right? Australia, New Zealand, America, Britain, Canada, France, Germany, Spain. Cases of Spain and Portugal as well. Cases there, cases in Italy, Switzerland. All these countries, right? Countries with extremely rich history, mind you, right? Extremely rich history and cultures. And mind you, I'm somebody who loves history. I loved learning about European history. I loved learning about the Romans. I loved learning about the people of like the Saxons, and I loved learning about German history specifically. I loved the German history, right? Germans before Hitler were such an absolutely beautiful people, right? Germany before 1933, right? From the Weimar Republic all the way to the Frankish Kingdom, right? All the way to the HRE was such a beautiful piece of history, right? So much rich and vast culture in a Germany like that. But now if you showed a man from 1918 after he lost the war, right, came back, and as he was coming back, right, there are historical records of people spitting on the soldiers as they were coming back, right, women and harlots in the streets spitting on the men who were coming back from the war, coming back with trench foot and PTSD and shell shock. They were spitting on them. If you showed a man modern day Germany, the Germany he died, he fought for, he watched his friends die, he would ask the same question I'm asking. Where is the honor? The honor to be a person who loved his religion, who loved his country, who loved his family, who cared for the sciences and the arts. If you showed a man like that, he'd be destroyed, he'd be torn on the inside. Because honestly, you try to do us. There's a limit to what we can do, right? We try to help what we can. We honor ourselves, we honor our family, we care for our nation, we care for our people, we put our religion first, right? Move on to the future steadfast, head and steadfast. Think of it as a comfort challenge, right? I want you to think of the things that you truly have a care about, right? Or the things that are truly affecting you in this life, right? The things that surround you completely and full-heartedly, and just comprehend them, just really process them, right? Process how vital your community is, your religion is. Especially, most people neglect their religion. Some people don't even have a religion. If you have a religion, Christian, Jew, Buddhist, Muslim, focus. Remember, this is your whole thing. What's it called? Life, religion is not about life, but life is all about religion. Right? Religion doesn't only mention life, religion mentions every aspect of you and your life. But remember, your life is all about your religion. Your religion comes first, then everything else. And when your religion comes first, your religion teaches you what to do. So again, put your religion first. Remember your family and your country and the things you would fight for, right? Hold strong and tightly to your moral values. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to embrace your values. Okay, they are your values. Don't be afraid to embrace them. And take care.